Welcome again to Spotlight. I'm Pastor Dan. We're wrestling for this month of March on the issue of God's faithfulness. And we've told some great stories, and we could tell many more. But I suppose, to be fully honest, we should have to deal with the other side a little bit. My Uncle Maury Venden began to go around at the end of his career, and he had a sermon where he said, "Do you have enough faith to hold on to God even when it doesn't look like God is being faithful to you?" And he had a long story about this guy and his son's church who got sick, and they prayed and prayed and prayed, and he died. I was 19 years old. I was hot-blooded, on fire. I believed everything and every promise. Okay. And my grandfather, who was a saint of God, Dan Venden, I'm named for him, conference president, preached all over the world, evangelist. He's a saint in many, many ways. My cousins and I revered him. But he got sick. I was the one closest. We were in college up at the hill at PUC. He's down in St. Helena. We would drive down. Here he'd be lying on the couch with cancer. He's a big person. General Conference president came to pray for him. Other people came to pray. Didn't do any good. But I said, those are old people. They've lost their faith. But my faith, I was on fire. I drove down there. I read those promises, and I poured my heart out in praying for my grandfather. And he died. And I have done funerals for hundreds of people that we prayed for. And then they died, and I had to do the funeral. Did one yesterday. Not every prayer story ends up in bedtime stories or in Mission Spotlight. And we can't tell them in a sermon because they didn't come out the way we'd like it. And that may be your situation. Daniel and his 3 friends, remember in Daniel 3. You remember what they said when they said to the king, "We believe our God is able to rescue us from you. But we want you to know, O king, that even if he does not, we will never bow down to your image." And that's what Maury would ask. He said, do you have enough faith that you would be faithful to God, even if he doesn't do it exactly the way you want, when you want it, to the people you are praying for? I had a lady in my church here last year. She's been my friend for 20 years. We've done mission trips and been my dentist and just a great friend. Her sister had cancer, rich family, lived in Egypt, but came over. Got over that. 12 years later, cancer came back. That's when I was around. We had some powerful prayer sessions, studying the Bible and healing and miracles. She was sure God was going to heal her. 2-year battle with cancer. And she died on the same weekend that I did her sister's wedding down here at Nixon Library and at the La Sierra Church. Don't think that was God. I don't think God would personally choose for one sister to die on the same weekend that another sister got married. The mother, who is a wonderful lady, is in the same villa with my mother now in Loma Linda, came to me and asked me to have a memorial service here. And she asked me to preach from Habakkuk 3:17 and 18, which I really had not learned. And in those verses it says, even if the fig tree has no figs, even if the grape vines have no grapes, and the fields are bare and the cattle barn is empty, yet I will rejoice in my Lord, and the Lord is my strength, and I will be joyful in my God. Even when God doesn't seem to be faithful right now, will you stay true to God? I have tried to say to God, you don't have to dance for me. It's settled. Jesus has said it's finished. It's finished. I am settled on God's goodness and God's faithfulness. He doesn't have to prove it to me with another miracle or another sign or another answer to prayer. I love it when it happens. But ultimately, the ultimate faithfulness is going to be on the resurrection morning when God will make all things right. Good enough for me. God is faithful. God bless you. Thank you for watching Spotlight. We're so excited about this. We hope that you'll subscribe and so you'll get all of them. And please just forward it on to others and tell other people about it. And let's just see what kind of an audience we can get for these messages of Spotlight. God bless you.